What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to KritzKast, and well, do we have a game for you today? The game to kind of settle an age-old debate. Which region in the world is better? Is it going to be Europe or is it going to be South America? My name is Jake, and today I am joined by the esteemed Godfather on the co-casting side, as well as Core producing the whole thing. Godfather, how you doing today?
Doing well. I'm excited for this match. It's going to be a really good one. And, of course, the question is, what map are we going to be on today for this matchup of two Titans? And, well, you might have seen the announcement, but both RGL Invite and TF2 Prem Highlander are going to be running Turbine in their map pool next season, so we're getting a sneak preview of that with a great matchup tonight. It's going to be a fun one.
It's definitely going to be awesome, and we have top talent joining us for today as well. Both teams agreed to pick the top talent from their respective competition leagues and bring it all together here on Turbine to test it out for us and introduce the rest of the leagues to the new introduction to the map itself. And it's going to be fun because, you know, Turbine has been around for a long time, but it's never really been explored in competitive too much. But I'm excited to see what these teams decide to do for Highlander today, and of course, winner takes it all. Yeah, just to introduce the teams to the rest of the viewers as well. Like I said, top talent starting with the European side. We'll have Menex, Wata, Ryan, Forehouse Grip, Hugie, Lissioner, Clark, Likey, and Mezzo rounding it on the Spy. So really a lot of good top names from both Highlander and Six's European leagues. So it's going to be a pretty tough one to crack this for the South American team.
Yeah, speaking of the South American team, a lot of names that you should know. Unled, Zolak, AC-130, Cabrina, TS, we got Commander Sonicro. Muja is one that I've certainly watched play before, and then Rage Quit rounding out the roster. It's going to be a fun one. We are going live here on our first round, best of 5 Europe versus South America on Turbine. Jake is with me on the cast, Core on production. My name is Godfather. This isn't exactly how I remember Turbine, but why don't you take us through the first mid-fight, Jake?
It's not the same, but both teams have just currently met in the middle, of course. 9v9 on such a small map is going to lead an immediate fight, and there's a lot of kills going down both sides. It seems that the European side is taking this one. They're losing a few in this engagement, with only 3 alive. Sonicer, Cabrina, and AC-130 alive. They have to go back to the vent and do a bit of a vent escape there to get out of this middle point. By the way, middle point being the chandelier that you have to stand on, which definitely puts some of the classes that don't have that verticality on a bit of a disadvantage. But Europe is just rolling through that mid. They have that 100% in charge as well, and Sonicro just got hit, so maybe you'll be able to survive this.
Oh, the Uber's going to be popped out in the vents. Not what the EU side would have wanted. It was Likey on that mid-fight who really just started opening up. Here's the push, dropping right down into the intel room. Now, of course, it's just last point. And South America, if they didn't turn around, they're going to collapse now into the corner. Everybody coming forward for kills. It's 4 down for EU. Now everybody wipes. And South America, with such a strong hold, they're going to have to push out to mid really quickly here.
Oh yeah, it looked really dicey there for South America, but that late Uber push and excellent play by the Pyrenean engineer coming into play. Excellent work, but Likey here is not going to let the red team here, red beam South America, to really let this one go. Takes down one person with him. That's TS going down, but it seems that the South America is just going to easily cap this point. It's so hard to get up there once you're on the low ground.
It's Beto, he's keeping his stabs. Now onto the medic, he'll get Sonic Bro somehow. It should be mentioned that the ping difference is going to play a role here. The Spies are going to have some funky stuff up their sleeve as this fight continues to unfold with Menex getting some kills. South America seems to fall there. Likey picking up another headshot, and here comes the Heavy laying down some suppressive fire as EU retakes this chandelier.
Yeah, good point that you mentioned there. Ping is definitely going to play as Ragegood is getting ready to stab the European players in the back. Now he decides to take a long way around, maybe go through the vent like a true, imposter. But here is the problem, though. An excellent play from Cabrina taking down Likey from Sniper.
Mezzo onto the medic. Can he get the stab? No, he's gonna get caught. No, he gets it anyway. Mezzo with a huge pick again, picking up Sonic Crow. And now the Uber's gonna come in for EU, rushing forward with Medics on the right side. Now the Pyro doing a bit to push the combo away. Medic and Demo, the only dead on South America's side, but they're bunched into a corner behind these crates. The Soldier doing his best, hitting some rockets. It's 3 down, now 4 down for EU, as they're going to have to back out on this failed push with the Heavy dying late to Mujit.
That is an excellent hold. They didn't have their medic, they didn't have the Uber charge, but they still managed to hold this. And using a clever arrangement of unlocks, because this is another thing that we failed to mention, is that both leagues have agreed to basically allow every single weapon coming in the next seasons. So it's going to be definitely shaking up the formula quite a lot, and Engineers making absolute most out of the weapons that they have available. Rage Quit coming in, gunning down the people there in the corner, but right now it's a bit of a cool down here, Godfather. I think both teams can kind of decided, you know what, let's just cool it down. And Likey, once again, even with that ping, taking down Mujit, opening up that sight line, it's gonna be quite difficult for the South American team to go out.
Water down to the Spy. Rage Quit picks up the kill, and EU was getting ready to push. It's very interesting. This sight line, this corner is so important. The Uber's out for South America. They're not gonna die to Likey this time, as the medic is staying alive. Likey does go down to Unled, who has a 6k. Here's Grip doing some Chaos Pyro up on the high ground, but he'll get taken down. And South America, the back tap from Clark!
Ooh. Nah, he's not gonna be able to. Engineer battle on last,
he
but
nearly clutched.
Commander Hopkins taking this one with the help of his trusty sentry. And that's what I said, it's going to be Engineer Bonanza.
Wada's gonna go down! The pipes are too clean down the tight corridor, and Cabrina lands 2. And out goes the Heavy, and South America has a bit of a push on their hands here, especially with the medic down from Europe.
It's looking pretty good for them, but they need to slow it down a bit. They lost a bit too many resources that push, so they're going to wait for the respawns. They're going to come in quick anyway. And Sonic Crow is going to have that massive Uber advantage here coming into the next fight. Knocking on that last point, the decision is to where do they push. Rage Quit already getting ready to get on last and cause some trouble.
Heavy! He rounds the corner. The Tomasov is so powerful. He's just going to gun down. It's a 5k before TS falls. Sonic Crow did go down again. I didn't see the means of death, but the medic is dead, and EU is controlling this midpoint again.
But Sonic Crow almost had an Uber charge, right? So was it a drop or just like a dry
I think he got close, but I didn't see a drop in the chat. Oh, no, it was a drop. That's very interesting. Very interesting to see our first drop tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be quite difficult here to stay alive. This map is just so condensed that it's going to be quite a hard time for both medics to stay alive for long enough to make the Uber work, but once you get that Uber charge, it's just such a power, such a force to be reckoned with. But Wada, speaking of, hitting that 100%, Sonic Crow only on 40, they should not be waiting too long here, Europeans, but they're just kind of waiting on the upper side of the casino,
Look at this Heavy play through tunnel, or through vents rather. He's gonna, he dodges the sniper sight line. He didn't get seen, but Zolak's gonna round the corner, and now the Heavy is caught in a hard place. But here's the medic Ubering. As they just pressure spawn, this isn't the best Uber from Europe. I think Wada was just trying to avoid the drop.
Yeah, I think it was a bit too safe there, and now they have the disadvantage, which should give Sonicer and his team a lot of breathing room to actually go with. Nice shot there by Mujit onto Likey, opening up the sidelines. Is going to be very important for the South American team to actually push out from, and they just need to get together. It looks like they're going to push through the lower.
Yeah, the Soldier falling from above. The medic does pop. Now, look at this high ground Heavy on the midpoint. He's going to be able to drop down as this medic is stuck on the stairs. Now the Soldier jumping in, going to get 1 rocket, 2. Doesn't get the kill, but Wada dies to Mujit on the other side. Listener, or however you say that Heavy's name, has a 5k. He continues to rain down fire from the high ground. How do we say that Heavy's name?
A listener? A listener.
A listener?
A listener.
A listener.
You know what? They're doing a fantastic job.
Sonic Crow gets just run down. The scout speed's too much.
No, South Americans are not going to let this one for free. So Cabrina is just going on absolutely bananas here on the middle. It seems that the Brazilian and South American team is going to basically stabilize here around the chandelier. Likey is still the last man standing, taking down Zolak with a nice headshot. Now having a bit of trouble with Rage Quit on the escalator.
Rage Quit cloaks away.
He's just able to get out.
So one thing to note, Sonicro is the only player for the South American team that is actually playing from North America, residing in Iowa, USA, I believe. So their ping is high even on their home server, and it will be high later as well. That's tough to have your medic with high ping no matter what here. But so far, they're holding their own. We haven't seen a round yet.
No, it's been pretty even so far. And RageQuit trying to take on Grip, but didn't quite work out for the Spy versus the Pyro. And the Europeans still holding onto the Chandelier quite convincingly. I mean, holding that top ground, that higher ground, is going to be quite important. If you've watched the prequels, you know what I'm talking about here. And it seems that the South American team just decides to hold this last point as best as they can. They don't have the Uber charge. They've lost Sonicro in the last fight, so they just have to be a bit more careful coming into this. Lower's getting poked here by Ryan, but it seems that this rejoins with the combo here.
I think you gotta go Vents rather again, but Huggy is just sitting there and gets TS the debt on the corner. I think you gotta rotate your team through Vents, but here's gonna be the Uber rounding the corner straight into South America's defense. This is not the right play, and they are not gonna take a lot of ground as Grip runs forward, somehow gets one. He'll get taken down by Mujay, who's been very passively holding a sightline. Finally now repositioning forward a little bit. We haven't seen too much sniper be sniper, but an opportunity might arise here.
I mean, it's going to be quite an important pick. Every single time a sniper does take down a sniper, opens up a whole sightline. It's much easier to push in, and this time around, Illusion are peeking a bit too far, taken down by Zolak, and how it's being equalized by a TS kill, but going huge here is huge. 4K for the man, goes in as a demo man, cleaning up house in the South American side, and taking down Sonicro. That is absolutely massive.
The gun!
It's going to be
good damage here. Grip's gonna go down, as does the soldier. The gun does fall now to huge. Huggy? Huge? Whatever.
Huge!
I mean, it spelled huge!
He went huge. But the Uber charge though, Wada has that 100%, he has the combo with the medics, but they're losing players, bleeding players. You like getting headshot. Mezzo going down.
The Uber's out, Mezzo!
They have
he gets sniped by Muchet. What a shot!
Oh, it's just medics getting the entire Uber charge, and now South American team is just going to go in. They have the Uber charge advantage. They are not afraid. They wiped house.
Oh no, they don't. If they had gone Vents there, they had it, but no.
Cabrina just taking down Wada like he's nothing out of the lower deck.
Back up again? No, he's not gonna. Oh, this scout Menex is in trouble. He's in the back line all alone, running out to mid now. Mezzo looking for a stab in a moment, maybe.
They need to do something. There's a lot of players behind the enemy lines onto last, but the middle has been capped here. The Chandelier, and now South Americans are on the offensive here. Sonicro with 100%, Wada only 10, and they're going through the vents right now. That's going to be really bad if they don't notice this. Grip does, in last moment, tries to delay it as much as possible, but he's going to get blown up. Wada running out.
South America!
There's
nobody
no
here! Likey's gonna look for an angle onto the medic, gets the shot! Is it gonna be enough? Here comes Clark! Likey looking for shots, but no! South America is able to get behind Europe. It's a big throw from Blues Heavy, a listener, whatever you want to call him. Teleports to Red Spawn, is not there for the last holds, and we have South America up 1-0 in this best of 5.
That has been a long fought battle, but it has finally worked out in the side, or for South Americans here. And now coming in the middle, they're a bit more aggressive, but once again, Europeans are taking kills left, right, and center. I can't even follow with just how many lives they've taken. And Sonicro with only 60 HP needs to get out to save that Uber charge. Goes back all the way to spawn in the middle. Still not unlocked, but they're leaving Manix on the point.
Oh, they dropped TS in that fight, but a listener does die on the other side of things, so no heavies to tank forward. The midpoint is just now going to start getting capped. Here's Mujet looking for an angle. Doesn't get it.
It seems that Europeans decide to pump the brakes a little bit, go back to Chandelier, cap it, because this is a long time before the middle is unlocked, just allowing both teams to, you know, take the fight and have the other team also have the ability to retake it. But the Uber is going to come in soon. Sonicer has his as well, coming in straight away. Good Uber charge. They need to take down the sentry, though. They're just a bit too focused on killing out people, but they're not getting any kills, and now the counter pop is in, and South Americans are absolutely cleaning the house.
It's Grip versus Zolak on the midpoint. Who's going to win this 1v1? Grip clutches. He's the only one alive. He's going to run back to his own spawn.
No, he's going to the enemy spawn. He's going
to
last.
the enemy spawn. Yeah, he's pushing this. There's a gun. He's dead. It's also too late. Oh, he's just going to stand there. Look at the poor man.
Yeah, well, you tried.
Oh,
you did delay it as much as possible, but here, Sonic Crow, 60%. Wada
Rage quit
only
onto
20.
the medic now. Onto Wada. Doesn't get it. Clark turns around, sees him, and Rage quit with just the skin of his teeth. Gets out and picks up a pack now. Ryan, or Ryan rather, just wrong place to go for safety.
Yeah, Ryan, unfortunate there. He was just kind of trusting himself in that small health pack that was available. But it's going to come to a head here in the lobby. Sonic Crow popping the Ubercharge early, trying to clean up. Wada goes down. That's huge. Likey to follow. Now they're just chasing out the drags. There's no sentry gun, only mini. And then the people going left down, left, right, and center. 4 players up, but Ryan's still alive. He just respawned so quick. And now they're just going to go back in and delay that spawn. TS dropping from the vent, trying to also do some damage, but it's just going to be a little bit too late here with most of the blue players respawning. They're able to hold this on.
Yeah, South America putting up a very strong performance early on here as they get in onto last. It's just Menix, but he goes down as well. Ryan is going to get stabbed by Rage Quit as the thing is not enough to protect Ryan's back. And South America up 2-0 here in this best of 5. It should be noted that we will swap to get Europe on better ping at some point. I believe it's after this round. Am I incorrect?
That is, I believe that's correct. It's best of 5, I think.
So after the third to give Europe a chance to get the comeback, basically.
Exactly. So we will see how this goes, but right now it's the South American team that is definitely winning. I mean, they have the home advantage here, and they're having slightly better time, but Europeans are not letting this one go for free either. They are best to mid every single time. Zolak's coming in for Wada, low on HP. He's the medic. He is in a lot of trouble right now. His Rage Quit was also on it. Now Cariña goes in and takes down, finally. The medic goes down, and Sonic Crow survives. And that is huge. That's absolutely the most important thing for South America right now. Taking down Wada every single time so that Sonic Crow has that breathing room.
Yeah, very, very good adjustment there, I think, for South America. And you're right, just hunting down that medic is so crucial for the South American offense. Watching Menix there, he retreats back to his medic as South America continues their pressure forward. I really like this turnaround. Honestly, I was expecting Europe to come out swinging, maybe take at least a round or two early. But South America has been able to turn fights, and now Europe is heading back to their last, getting ready for a hold. Rage Quit's going to decloak here.
Oh.
And on the demo. Now can he get the heavy? He does have it for 3. Can he get 4? No, but the push is coming in. South America looking to clean things up. Bezo, Clark, they both go down. Hooch's the only casualty. Wada will not be enough to hold this off, and South America has come in for perhaps what can only be described as an upset. And surely we play more TF2. Surely we go onto Europe's map.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe that's the rule set that we've, or are they going up to 5? They're going up to 5, so Europe has about 2 more chances to take this one down. But seeing how this map and this game is going so far, I don't know if they're going to be able to. Oh, huge jump in Cariña onto the combo. Wada taking down a lot of damage, but he's able to survive this one. And now they have that lower position here. Not very good. They need to get the high ground, but Wada's getting so much spam on him. TS is not letting this one go. W+M1 works wonders, and it works amazing for South America this time. Only Listener Wada alive on the point right now with Mezzo in the backline, trying to poke some damage, but that's about it. Godfather, Europeans have nothing to respond to this. South Americans have woken up.
They have woken up. They've come alive on their home turf and are making the most of it here. Up 3-0. The midpoint is unlocked. Trying to keep your medics alive as no pick classes on the field right now for Europe. Europe is getting good pressure on this midpoint. They control the high ground, getting good damage onto the demo before he takes an arrow from his medic. Rip now in trouble. Unled will just try to unload on him and will connect with his scattergun shot. So a nice little prize there as South America sets in for this defense. No presence on last yet, this other than a level 2 gun from the engineer.
I believe what Commander Hopkins is actually doing is really working out in South American favor, because setting him last and just kind of not participating in fight, but
Ubers.
disregard that. Uber charges are being exchanged here in the vents. Wada is getting pushed out, slightly worse Uber, trying to push in with the rest of it.
Heavy wins!
Sonicro in a lot of trouble, and he goes down thanks to the sniper, like he taking down the medic. That's huge. Now Wada needs to survive long enough to get his combo back together in the lower and use that advantage that they've hard worked for.
On lead! Oh, dives to the mini. Oh, the spy in for a play. Doesn't go on to Clark, but does... Oh, no, it's Boojay says, I'll protect you, and hits the shot onto Grip, but Rage Quit does die there. Snipers being able to run the body shot bandit itself, the Machina is just so strong here. Really interesting that ETF2L and RGL both decided just at the invite levels that they were going to run this map and run this new whitelist. It's going to be really exciting next season, but Sniper's definitely going to be a priority target. Here's the Uber out of Europe, but South America is only at 30%. They're going to back off here.
Yeah, it was just forced out, and I'm actually very impressed by what South Americans were able to pull off. They just had Cabrina and Sonicro up top, just raining down hell on whoever was in the casino, and now Wada's in a lot of trouble. Rage Quit misses the stab on the medic, but gets the stab on the Pyro, and that's good enough. And now coming in is Zolak, and is gonna be taken down, but not without taking one life himself. It's just a bit of a bloodbath here, but Europeans coming out on top.
What a throw! Wada falls off the map and now is isolated from his scout, who doesn't go to him. Menex also decides to throw, and now it's just Ryan and Wada. Menex is around. Mezzo's going to die to AC-130 here as he gets caught out immediately. Down goes the gun as well. The Uber comes in for South America. Can they chase anyone important down? Wada's the primary target. He's escaping through the vents, but no, he will live. 5 die. Alright, no, 7 die on the blue team. It's just Wada and Likey who survived that. South America in the driver's seat.
It's looking pretty grim for the Europeans right now. They need to put up a hold on last. They have the advantage in terms of overcharge, not much, but they've just lost Clark, thanks to a nice play there by Unled. And now it's just the South Americans that are just coming in, taking down Ryan as well. Only Likey on last, getting healed. Illusioner is now joining in. Uber's coming out very early out of Wada, just making sure to secure this last point, but that also means Sonic is going to be able to survive this. They do lose a lot of players in this situation here. An AC-130 almost going down. The plane is almost down, but does survive this one. And Sonicer's back on the escalator, safe and sound, with 90%.
Safe and sound with 90%, not dropping yet. Although we have seen a couple of drops.
At least one.
Yeah, at least one. I think we have had 2. Both out of Sonicer, I believe.
Okay. Can we get up to 3? I mean, we're in a casino after all. What's your bets? No bets? I'm gonna bet there's gonna be another drop at least. I mean, coming right now, Sonicro with the rest of the combo through the fence, almost unopposed, coming with Cabrini as well. And Cabrini has been showing an amazing show here.
2K! What a nice jump in. Here's the Uber out of South America. Wada's gonna go down! And now this is just an opportunity to clean up a 4th round. My official prediction for drops is gonna sit at 5 if we do 10 rounds, 5 on each continent.
Could be.
South America up 4-0. So I'm honestly not too sure about the format at this point, because I thought it was first to 3, best of 5, but that's not the case.
We're just adjusting in the fly, man. It's just the nature of the map as well. Like, you kind of have to roll with the punches, you know. You throw some dice and see what happens, right? So. Gonna see again, Brina this time around, much better rollout, coming on the top, is gonna get gunned!
Sit down! Oh my, nice, just turned the corner and hit that shot. Like, he will go down to Zolak, who is absolutely fragging right now on this mid-fight. It is only 4 alive for Europe. South America looking to win this mid-fight. Wada maybe alone, no. Unled trying to chase out a kill, Wada does die. Rage Quit lands the revolver shot, and wow, South America is just going to roll through this mid-fight.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good for them. I mean, Ryan's coming out from the vents. He does take down Cabrina, but that's about all he does with his life. And now it's the South Americans who just cap on the chandelier. And once again, they just look so strong here. I mean, again, playing at home does give them a big advantage. But at the same time, I mean, the Europeans need to have some kind of an answer to this. And I mean, here, they need to put up a hold on last, play
Ryan
something interesting.
Oh, he backs away just in time. Yeah, last holds, I feel like... Oh, Mezzo didn't go for a stab there, but Rage Quit dies instead. I feel like the last holds are very interesting here as Sonico does pop. The sniper does go down for South America. EU is getting a good hold in here. Sonico dies to Mezzo now in the post-Uber. And wow, it's just the Engineer alive who set up a level 2 and now a level 3 on that mid area. So EU digs their heels in and holds off a last push from South America.
Time is ticking. There was only 7 minutes left on the map for you to actually come back from this, and with 1 point left that they can actually spare, it's not looking too bright for them right now, but they're not giving up just yet. And pushing it through the escalator, Rage Quit onto Wada. Wada is just bumping into him. That ping is definitely being a little bit more, giving a bit more of a scare than it otherwise would be. But Rage Quit is just gonna gun down Likey probably.
Oh, TS won that ostensibly, but is now gonna get chased down by the onslaught of Europe as they rush forward. They looked strong early. They had a good push. Now we'll see if they're able to get something done. It's a 4-man, now a 3-man through vents. Menix is going to show up late here to the party as they drop down and immediately get eviscerated. Wada is going to walk on out of here. He does not want any of that South American last hold because it is absolutely shredding Europe. Cabrina walks forward and lands the pipes. And now this aggressive level 2 sentry gun wrangled by Clark is a bit of an issue, but he will pick it up and run away.
Needs to save the sentry. I mean, it's going to be quite important coming into this middle hold here for the Europeans. But the Uber charge.
Dispenser! Can he save the gun? No! The Uber is out. The Uber is all but wasted on the gun. Sonicro nearly gets sniped on his way through the shutter vents. Now, full Uber for Wada. It's just a soldier with him. Now here comes Menix. Europe wants to rush forward here. Can they go through this stair entrance? I feel like that's risky, but the meta hasn't been discovered yet.
Yeah, I mean, that's the beauty of playing a map such as this. Everyone's familiar with the layout. They're just not familiar with the tactics yet, but they're going through the events with Ryan, joined by the demo as well here. Huge is going to go straight in with the Uber charge. No response to the red line.
Wow, it immediately fails. They're going to run out. This demo can land a pipe onto the medic. One more will get the kill for sure. The soldier will die instead. Down goes Ryan and a listener. It is 5. Now Wada 6th dead as Unled unloads again. And South America pushing out of their last. Here's Grip going for a hero play, but it is all for naught.
Nah, they're trying their best, and now even the croupiers are joining the fight here, being targets of both teams. But nah, it's just South American show all the way. 4 players down for the side of EU, and well, they're holding on quite convincingly onto the chandelier. Sonic are also gonna have 100% water, only 15, and waiting for the respawns. They might need to once again dig their heels in on last, and it's gonna be all up to Clark building up that sentry gun because that Uber charge is coming out.
Decloak onto Likey. He can't get the stab because of the lag, but now he'll get it. He gets the sap as well. The Uber is in, but now it's faded for South America. It's only 45% for Europe. Grip hit the reflect onto Zolak. TS hits his 5th kill, killing Grip, and this hold holds for Europe. They lose 3, but it's not enough. Here comes Unled. He's going to go for a bit of a flank, now pressuring the soldier. Can he get up onto the boxes? Now dancing around, up in the air. Can he land the shots? Here comes Clark to finish off Unled, protecting his soldier. And out goes South America. Another failed push. Europe has their charge in just a moment.
It's looking like finally EU have managed to find a good solution for holding last and holding off that offensive. I mean, they didn't have the Uber charge, but they did the best with what they had, and it worked out well for them. However, so long did it take to kill that one scout.
Rage Quit. 2K here. Can he clutch? Can he hit with shots? No, Rage Quit. You kind of beefed there. You had 5 ping and you missed a scout right in front of you, but that's okay. That's okay. It's a new map for these guys, so.
Just gotta figure it out. I mean, I'm just wondering when the croupiers come into play here. I mean, they are objects you can actually shoot and hide behind, so it could be an interesting mix-up here to this formula. Huge is they're hiding behind the bush, taking some pot shots here.
That's a big sap if they can go off it right now. There's no Clark for another 3 seconds. South America has their full charge. They should have gone already, but Mezzo is behind. Gets another drop onto Sonic Pro. It all falls apart as Mezzo hits his shots onto AC-130 as well. Here comes Europe. They're going to round the corner. Cabrina is going to do their best, but the traps isn't enough when the Pyro's leading the charge. And, well, Europe's going to slow things down a little bit, and it's not worth it. Mujet hits his shot, Ryan is dead, and now Europe's in a really awkward spot here. You don't want to sit in the entrance to your choke point. You will just get bullied. And, well, Europe recognizes that, and they back away.
Yeah, Mujet is just an absolute menace right now, holding down that choke with the Machina, just forcing the entire European team out of the choke, back to their last, sit down and wait for us to push, because that's essentially what's happening. Sonicro is slowly being overcharged. There are two players in the vents. There's Zolak and Unled in the...
Sonicro dead again! It's the traps! Obliterated by the demo, and all support classes are dead for South America. A 9 health heavy! How does he live? Oh my. Eats a sandwich, gets an arrow. Back to, good shape. Now, looking at the clock at the top of my screen here, do we only have 2 minutes left?
That is correct, only 2 minutes left. So I think that the dream for Europeans taking the first round in this set of 2 is basically out the window. But at least maybe they can snag 1 point away from the South Americans. Now, TS and Cabrina are just essentially spawn camping right now. Grip cannot get out, neither can Clark. But I feel like we're in a bit of a dead time at the moment.
This is hilarious.
They're just kind of waiting to get those kills. I mean, TS is ready. Grip is just kind of trying to goad them in. A bit of a cat and mouse play. Mezzo!
What a play! And now Grip comes out. Mizzo finds the revolver. He taunts, rightfully so. XD in chat. Get shit on, honestly. That was great.
You know what? This is what I love to see. This is absolutely like Mezzo coming in with clutch, helping out the Pyro, but Mujet.
The spy!
This
the spy
time,
is getting healed by the medic. He Ubers
oh no!
Let's go!
No, this can't be!
He doesn't know! He still doesn't know!
This
oh wait, no, it's dead
can't be.
time. They know, they know, they know.
My God. But yeah, this is
That's
basically
always
dead
fun to
time,
see.
Godfather. I don't know if like Europe is just deciding, you know what, there's no way we can even get
Wait,
1
no, they're
point.
pushing last. What am I talking about? They're on last. South America 5-0 here. They
You
got
can't let
25
this
seconds.
one go,
They got his
guys.
half health. The heavy is weak.
Arms are
The medic
heavy.
still. No, Sonicro's gonna die. Oh, they could have clutched that for sure. But instead, Europe will maintain their dignity. They do not die. 5-0. It will be a 4-0 as we transition to map number 2. But above all, I just want to see the logs from this match because I think they're going to be pretty darn fun.
Yeah, I'm actually curious who is going to be the top scorer. I mean, it's just been such a hectic fight every single time. We had a lot of like team clashes in the middle, and we had a lot of side scuffles between both teams.
It's not over! We didn't know this would happen, but it will be a round timer, not a map timer.
I'm not sure what's happening right now.
Wait, or is it just because the mid's not caps?
It could be.
What config are we on?
No, but it doesn't matter, right? Like, it should end.
If it's RGO config, then we may be continuing. I believe this may be referred to as a Banny config, but I'm not certain. Banny, of course, was meant to play in this match on behalf of the South American team, but failed at the last minute due to ping issues. I mean, scheduling issues. He, in other words, feared. And that is all we will say about that. As South America is taking their 4 minutes and 20 seconds left, and they're going to make all they can with it. Wada goes down as AC-130 just burns him to a crisp, and now South America doesn't want to do anything because they're down 3. What's going on here?
I'm just not even sure right now. I mean, looks like they're trying to push last. I mean, there is a sentry level 3 in the staircase. They're pushing in. Sonico has the overcharge. Gonna pop this just in time to save himself and the team, but they need to take down the sentry. Built by Clark is proving to be quite difficult there. This engineer is making sure that it survives, and the Uber fizzles out before the overcharge does anything here. But yeah, like, it seems that South Americans decide to abandon this push. It's not worked out. Gonna try again later. Once more, but Europeans are just happy to dig in their heels for the remaining time because there's not much they can do in this situation, but they are pushing out right for the lower. As a Karina to take it down is going to be a bit of a problem, but no!
Eats the pipes!
Direct one too!
Yep, right to the face, and that's the lock and load for you. A bit of a crutch, some might say, a skill weapon, others would say. Definitely good at high levels when you can land those shots. This, I want to point out that Commander Hopkins has the most useless sentry gun because it doesn't observe any of lower. And I think if you just put that so it could see lower and really deny space, it'd do a little bit better. But that's just my opinion.
Well, meta has to still develop for this map. We just started playing on this.
Wait, hold on. I want to keep complaining about sentry spots. This has been the same sentry spot that Clark has put the gun every single time, and it gets spammed every single time. Has he thought change it up? Maybe.
I mean, he's been putting out the mini sentry before because Clark was more of an offensive one, and Commander was more of a defensive engineer, and it's clearly worked out for the South Americans there. But it seems that like Clark is able to keep it alive for a little while longer this time around. I mean, both medics. I mean, Sonicro is on 100%, Water only 65, and that is going to be quite difficult for them to hold. But they're doing a pretty damn good job about that.
Uber. South America looking to make this a 5-0 with 2 minutes left on the clock. The gun is up. It's the Uber fades, and it's 80% already for Europe. Huggy is going to be on the high ground on those crates. The midpoint is getting capped by Mezzo. And the Heavy is going to kill Zolak. This is a strange happening here as Europe is pushing mid while defending last. Yeah. Yep. And it worked.
That was just Likey, and there's a level 1 sentry on last. Likey's not gonna like that at all here. He's still fighting this one, but I don't think the sniper with no medic and no team support is going to survive a pyre to the face. But here comes the cavalry. They're coming in with Illusionaire, leading the charge. He's gonna get gunned down though.
Oh,
no Uber charge on the water.
Bots in.
It's just like snipers with Mackin are just such a menace, especially on such a flat map that Turbine is.
Oh, TS absolutely shredding with his minigun. Down go Ryan and Wada. That's no medic. So interesting. The round timer reset because banning config. So, at least I think that's what it is. We got another 9 minutes here as a back cap is happening by Mezzo. I got another 10 minutes to play, chat.
I'm not sure. I mean, this is good. We're gonna be locked in here, Godfather, for quite a while if that's the case. Not sure what's gonna happen. I mean, the Europeans are not really willing to let this last point go. But at the same time, South Americans cannot just push that over the tip, over the edge, just enough to get that point and free us from the curse. But then maybe this time. Maybe this time is going to work out. Cabrina gets the Uber charge, coming in hard, taking down quite a lot of damage here. The sentry's still alive, though. Clark is keeping it up quite well. The Uber charge just faded, but the sentry's down as well. EU is holding on. They are losing a lot of players. That could be big. That could be it.
Collateral beauty.
That could
this
be
should be a round cap for sure here. AC-130 is starting to take the space. Sonico coming with as well. Muja hits their 6th kill onto Ryan. TS gets their 7th onto Likey before falling to grip. Here is the hold, but it does not work. And SA, South America will 5-0. We will go to Europe's home turf. But again, not before we take a look at these logs.
I can tell you that there's been a lot of kills this entire game. 273 for South America, 227 for Europe. So South America has claimed 50 more lives than the Europe has. Now the top scorer is going to be Mujet with 50 kills on a sniper, doing a whopping 16,000 damage in total. Damage per minute 460. If you're just new and you don't know what this is just like mental damage. This is like top tier level of EU6's demo man playing at the highest possible level. More than that. Then just add another 50% on top.
Damage.
So, yeah, it's just a very high damaging game. I'm just gonna look at the medics as well. I mean, Sonic are not having a good time, though, man. 3 drops here.
Yeah, 3 drops. It's something that's always on the mind of medics, is avoiding those. Uber's so crucial.
There was a medic involved in an incident off of Turbine the other week.
The one that dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not very typical. I'd like to make that point.
Yeah, but how was that untypical?
Well, you see, there are these medics going around the map all the time. Very seldom does anything like this happen. I just don't want people thinking that medics aren't safe.
Okay, but was this medic safe?
Well, some medics play so they don't drop at all.
Yeah, but wasn't he also playing? Wasn't Sonic also playing so that he wouldn't drop?
Well, obviously not.
But how do you know?
Well, because the medic dropped, and then 20,000 tons of gravel spilled into the intel room. We all saw it. It's a bit of a giveaway.
So what do you do to protect the map in cases like this?
Speaking of map, are we on to map 2 anytime soon?
We're waiting. I mean, it's gonna be map 2.
So we are in now for half number 2, let's call it. Europe versus South America on Turbine. My name is Godfather. I have Jake on the mic with me. Core is on production. Welcome all to this new top level of play exclusive map. Both E2F2L Prem and RGL Invite are going to be running this. This mid fight is already chaotic and Sonicro is already dead. Europe has the ping advantage this time around, and they are making quick work of the South American side. It is just 2 alive as Rage Quit and Commander are the only ones to survive this mid fight.
Well, it's looking quite grim here, but they're gonna basically just do what they did. They're a bit hungry Europeans. They wanna prove themselves, and now playing on their home turf, it is going to be quite much more important for them to do something about it. I mean, they're slowly capping this point right now. Grip is on a point, blowing out Zolak. But no, it's going to be Zolak who takes him down, and, well, it's almost done, but it's not quite enough. South Americans, once again, they're come out on top.
Clark and Mezzo were there on last, ready for the quick cap, and it was just Commander Hopkins trying to get 2 last to set up a gun. We do have a pause now coming in, our first pause of the evening. Hopefully it won't be too long, but interesting to see how quickly Europe sets themselves as the top dog on their home turf. If you take a look at pings, you will notice that the best ping for the South American team is, in fact, Sonicro, now playing with 131.
It's better!
Yeah, almost everyone else on their team in the 200s. Mujet has 176, so that's going to be tough sniping. But yeah, an interesting start here with South America on the back foot. I did notice an immediate engineer goes last approach from South America, which I think is the correct decision. I think when you have the ping disadvantage, you got to expect, oh, there was a slight unpause there, but maybe just a stutter on my end. I think when you have the ping disadvantage, you do need to anticipate losing the mid, at least with your engineer, and getting that leveled gun up for the defense that will inevitably follow.
Correct. I mean, it is, like I said in the pre-game before we started, oh, it looks like we're ready. But the engineers are going to be the pivotal role here, and right now Clark needs to figure out the situation. I mean, playing on home turf is going to be easier for him to play the game in general. I mean, setting up that mini sentry, going the offensive could be good, but right
again, Mezzo! Let's check now. Mezzo has 45 ping, so we'll be hitting some less spooky-looking stabs as the unpause comes through and Europe takes charge. They are on the low ground as the gun gets sapped and Hopkins gets gunned down by Mezzo. Ryan up on the high ground now takes down Mujet with 2 clean rockets. Grip did kill Rage Quit there, so it is only 4 alive now for South America. Europe climbs the stairs, the escalator in this case, and gets onto that midpoint chandelier. I think this map is absolutely gorgeous. A huge shout out to the creator for all of these reskins.
Hopkins, yeah.
Hopkins has absolutely outdone himself. I think this is a really good reskin of a great map.
Of a time-old classic, but the Uber is coming out right now, very quick, and Sonicro doesn't have anything to respond, but they're just being completely locked out of the last point here, wasting a lot of time, but they had putting players on the last. Sentry goes down, Hopkins cannot withstand the pressure from the Europeans, and they finally put themselves on the board, getting that 1 point.
So here's the question. I'm anticipating this being a 5-0 followed by 5-0, and I believe the tiebreaker is going to be played on a North American server. So Sonico will go and now have the best ping of the whole server. It'll be great. We're on the next
slightly going up, you know.
If South America wins a map around here, do they technically win? I would think so, yes, but also I want to watch a lot of TF2 today. This mid-fight has unfolded with Cabrina going down. No demo for either side. Clark also a casualty for the European side, but now TS is going to fall to Likey, who's hitting these nice and easy low ping shots at this point, but he'll go down. Mujet gets the kill before falling himself. Menix guns him down, and it is chaos, but Europe in control, and they're sending 3 up the stairs before backing off. It's interesting. I think shutter doors / stairs is the worst push, but just because of the spawn entrance.
Yeah, it's just like, even if you kill the enemies, 10 seconds, what it takes for the enemy team to actually like get back into action and be right there. And not only just be right there, have a whole like resupply locker and have the doors protect you. But Uber's coming out, taking out the sentry and looking to put themselves on the board for that 1 point. But the counter Uber coming out, saving the point. That was huge. It's just basically locked out, sniped down.
From the top rope. He comes down with a metal chair that is a bullet through the body of the demo man, and down he goes. South America is frantically trying to recontest here on last. There's nobody on the point quite yet, as the heavy is gunned down. Mujet hitting the headshot. AC-130 and Cabrina both going to die. Ryan on a 5K, getting the domination onto the demo. Menix picks up their 4th onto Rage Quit. No spy here for the hold, as EU is going to recontest now, getting their bearings and pushing forward. The stairs hold is so difficult. It's just a level 1 gun. The engineer rushing forward, trying to be a hero as Commander Hopkins. Grip is very low, going to get a little bit of healing, but still staying low. Here's the AC-130 as Grip eats another arrow. Now, just going to clutch. The reflex is enough, and EU up 2-0.
Good God, what am I seeing here? It's absolutely immense. I mean, the change in the pace is just so different. I mean, Europeans are understandably quite mad, and they want to use the European server host advantage.
Cabrina is going to be sitting on their own sticky, and then they get hit by Grip, and down goes the demo early. 5 dead. Commander Hopkins going to be the 5th. Rage Quit picks up a pack, but otherwise very low. Mujet peeking the shutter is going to be in a bit of trouble here. Sonicro getting the pocket onto him, but Europe absolutely dominating this mid, only losing their demo man, and now the heavy is able to hold down that sight line and rotate away. Here comes the mid cap unlock. Europe getting ready for a quick 3-0. They're already on last. They've got a mini sentry up. There's no chance for a hold. Zolak is there. I just got a great visual bug on a reflex. I'm gonna clip that.
In the meantime, while you're busy clipping, I don't think the South Americans have realized what is cooking, what's brewing in their own basement, and that is the entire European team is ready for them, and now just getting completely locked out of last point. Wiped is the South American team, and the EU is putting themselves on the board 3-0 right now. Quick, 1, 2, 3. Just shooting from the hip and taking those points away from South Americans. They just look completely discombobulated here.
Yeah, it's expected, of course. I mean, they're now playing with a ping disadvantage. I think Europe came in as a favorite. The different rollouts is interesting. It's going to be a direct contest up these stairs. It's a disadvantage for Europe, but they're going to push it anyway. TS taken down as the mini will fall immediately as well. 4, 5 down for South America. Only losing Grip now on this mid-fight. Ryan looking for some heals. He'll get it. Mezzo gets a pack. Ryan still low, actually. Mujet is taken down in pipes now. Rather, Vance is the demo and the NG. The medic and demo will live. That 1v1 was nearly legendary, but the engineer can't clutch it up. The mid cap starts coming through, and it's a push upstairs for Europe, which might end in a really bad situation here as the demo gets some spam out.
Yeah, the push upstairs like definitely has been abandoned. I mean, Europeans have been trying this for a while, but it's just never really working due to the points you mentioned earlier. You know, with the spawn right there. So they're pushing through the lower once again. Vent hasn't been really utilized much, but the Uber charge is coming out. Sonicer has his this time around. They are dropping huge there, and that is kind of a problem. Listener now is going to run out of that Uber charge and has a heavy looking down his sight. So it's going to be quite difficult for the Europeans to push this one. Looks like South Americans are stabilizing quite a bit and giving Hopkins a lot of time to build up. That is sentry. That's no demo for South Americans.
But okay, if I'm the sniper here, I'm holding the sightline exclusively for the sniper, who just does it properly like he is taken down. That is a huge pick for the defense, as you can now control this entire sightline. And look how quickly Wada will back out. Here's the spy, getting ready for a decloak. Here's Rage Quit. Oh, hiding in the bushes. No, they're just going to sit there, as the Ubers are even, getting close to 100%. We haven't seen a drop here yet. On the second, Sonicro gets close. Mezzo with a nice stab.
That's huge. That's actually really important here. And I don't mean the player himself, but they're pushing in. They have the Uber charge. They're popping in early. They're not risking any traps here at all. but they're getting pushed back by AC-130. Finally, the plane goes down, and now they're free to rain hell on that staircase, but Hopkins keeping that sentry alive. Now TS coming in and cleaning house with Richmond in the back, taking down the entire combo. Now it's only 3 players alive for the Europeans. The South Americans stabilized themselves after the siege.
Absolutely incredible. Like, he continues to hit shots. Nice job there, picking up Commander Hopkins on top of the soldier. Sonicro gets a kill onto the scout. Rare to see the medic fighting back as well as he has just there. 62% for the South American side as they work their way up the stairs. Clark and Ryan are going to contest. A listener is in there as well. I'm never going to say that heavy's name right, but that's okay as Europe continues to pressure forward. Why can't people have easy names like Zolak? That's easy.
Yeah, right? Clark. It's just a name.
Godfather, it's a movie.
Easy, but Mezzo just dies in the mezzanine himself, thanks to a nice shot there from his counterpart. And yeah, it's just kind of a spy versus spy, sniper versus sniper battle. Like, all these players have something to prove, and seeing South America is taking out middle, you know, it's looking pretty good. And Mujad is just still being a menace despite the ping disadvantage. It's just you have to respect the sniper, but there's 3 players behind the South American team that have to use the Uber charge.
Behind! Look at this demo! Huggy was on last, looking for the back cap. Oh, Wada's taken down by Unled. Maddox and Grip are both going to fall. The gun is dead as well. It's going to go back up here shortly. Clark whacking away with that wrench. Here's AC-130 and TS rounding the corner. I have a fun visual bug where all of the pyro reflex are pixelated. That's a big stab by Mezzo onto Sonicro in the backline as Likey and the Heavy just clean up South America, nearly wiped, just their engineer alive. And here comes Europe getting back on the aggressive foot.
Yeah, well,
that's not a phrase. Sorry. The aggressive foot, I'm going to call myself out.
I was going to be like, do I let this one go or do I call you out on this? But then you brought it up yourself.
That was bad. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's just such as the nature of a live cast, my man. But
yep, that's what happens.
Here
you
is
say weird shit.
Here's the thing where, well, Rage Quit is behind enemy lines, just hitting the casinos, the slot machines.
The traps. Oh!
Takes down the sniper.
Likey, TBH. Likey's got to hear that.
He's still alive, Rage Quit. Oh my god, he's such a menace.
Sweet. Great spy gameplay. Here's Mezzo. Bad spy gameplay as he gets flamed down rather by AC-130. Here's the dropping combo. The Uber is popped out. Huggy doesn't have the beam on him yet. Now Leisner is going to get the beam, but this level 2 and the Heavy is going to be a lot to fight against. He's gonna somehow pick up 2 kills. The gun goes down to the demo. The soldier up top, Ryan, is 1 health looking for heals. It's 3 on the cap. Rage Quit working his way forward. He has to cloak in second here times 4 to get it done. Here's the medic, but EU will take the round, and that is a 4-0. And it looks more and more likely that we'll end up in, well, North America.
Well, it's going to be on even playing ground except for 1 player, Sonicro, who's just slowly leveling up. Slowly leveling up to his home turf. But we're back to round 5 for Europeans. 1 point away from winning this one, and they're deciding to go low ground with the entire team.
Oh, what a play! What a big... Oh my god, the Rockets are unstoppable! You never expect a medic to die to a rocket on Turbine, but somehow this guy gets it done.
But how does that even happen? Aren't medics supposed to be safe from the rockets on Turbine, man?
Most are, that's the thing. It's
but this one wasn't!
Yeah, well,
it makes no sense. It's ludicrous. It makes no sense to me.
I agree. It is ludicrous, and I think actions need to be taken. But we'll see what actions Europe is planning on taking as Clark sets up his level 1 gun. Just him, Grip, and Menex, the scout, on the last right now. The rest of the team grouped up in the vents, waiting on a trap that gets detonated to no success. The scout successfully baits, and the rotation will come through down to the main choke point where Mujit has been holding. And South America is going to take the traditional approach. They've got to make something happen here. The Uber is out, Jake.
Yeah, and Wada is only 80%. The Sentry is only level 2. It's going to be a bit of a problem on Led leading the charge. He's not going to have enough firepower to take this one down, but TS is joining him. Zolak now is going to have to pick up the slack to
they're all so weak.
Uber charge goes down. The huge goes absolutely massive. Diabolical play and just the twisting the table around.
Ryan hunts him down, but there is a gun. That gun might be the only thing that keeps Sonico alive. The gun onto Ryan.
The gun!
Sonico,
No!
but it's hugging huge.
Oh my god, this man had a family!
This man didn't have a family. The Uber has popped so aggressively up these stairs by Europe. They're capping this mid-fight, this mid-point rather. Rage quit, decloaks onto Grip, easy stab, onto Likey, easy stab there. Cabrina stuck in vents all alone. It's going to be an interesting spot. Mujit hitting a shot onto the demo. Wada's dead to unled. Somehow it all falls apart for Europe. It's like they chose the one push path to never take, but they are discovering that for the first time here as Turbine re-enters the global map pool for high-level play. South America proves that that is just not an acceptable push location.
Absolutely not. And here, South Americans stabilize themselves. It's just been the team wipe after team wipe after team wipe. And now Mujit with that top spot here, just taking down lives. Rage Quit working in the background, just taking down 4 players together. And that is absolutely massive here. Sonicro, almost 100%. Mujit going in aggressive. He wants more. He's looking for Wada. Wada is right there, but that pain is going to just knock him right off. And,
okay, hold on. Grip just knew exactly where to spy check and absolutely caught out the Rage Quit and flared him down. That was beautiful pyro play. Mezzo, on the other hand, is hitting all of his shots on Spy. It's a 4K. He takes down AC-130 for the 4th. The Uber is forced out. TS isolating his medic here. Sonicro. Now Mezzo onto TS. The cloak comes through, and it's not enough, but here comes Medex. Sonicro. Oh, dangerous plays. Dangerous plays. The sniper shot barely misses from Likey, and here comes Europe looking to make this a 5-0 as they push out of their last.
It's looking quite promising. Wada almost hitting that 100%, but there's a bit of a scuffle fight here in the vents. Mujit's back alive, and so is Cabrina, taking out the Pyro, and there's a few more players going down as well. Wada's still alive, though, and he's going up the escalator with the Scout Medics. Ryan slowly capping the point, but they need to keep up with the pressure coming out of the vents from the Scout on lead, who does survive somehow. Oh, nice headshot there from Mujit. Once again, that ping is not proving to be too difficult to deal with. It's finally going down.
Mezzo hits his shots. That's what it's like to have low ping. Oh, interesting. The River is the name of the middle point. Now, is that a reference to poker, considering the map reskin?
I like that.
I like that. If that's what they're doing, I really like it. The Uber's fading. Wada's all alone. Hug is in trouble. Here's Unled looking to make something happen. Mezzo is going to fade away here. Huggy is taken down. TS, the Medigun Uber is popped from South America, now fading as well. Sonicro needs to stay alive, but Medex pressuring around this corner as the heavy is dead. Sonicro dies as well. Here comes Europe looking to 5-0 here. With plenty of time remaining, getting ×3, now ×5. Onto the cap. They will clean this up, and we will go to North America as it is time for a tiebreaker. This has been an absolute wonderful introduction to Turbine at the top level of play.
Yeah, whoever wins that third round will win the final prize. And you know what the final prize is, Godfather? Have you been told?
I've not been told.
It's 20,000 tons of gravel.
That does make sense. That does make sense. Yeah, that's been talked about recently. That was in the news. But we're gonna take a quick break and head over to my home turf, North America, for the tiebreaker. We'll be right back. We are back for the tiebreaker in this EU versus SA, South America versus Europe show match. We were previously exploring the next map to re-enter the Invite and Prem map pools. That, of course, is Turbine. We are now having a tiebreaker matchup on Embargo. My name is Godfather. I'm joined by Jake on the mic. We have Core on production. I hope you are all enjoying the production so far, as this is going to be an absolute electric one. Top performances here on Embargo.
This map has also been made by Hopkins, and it's very, very detailed, as you can see, if you're having a bit of a look around through players' POVs, as well as having a bit of free cam action. We have a couple of really cool locations. So we have the casino, which is one of the cap points, and the entrance to a casino. Then you go through the casino into the depths of it with the main floor. We have also the last point here, which kind of keeps going through. And once you through the casino, which is absolutely massive, you get to the base of the red team, where you're supposed to detonate the charge that is applied to your payload. So it is going to be quite interesting how this one goes. I'm curious what the strategies are going to develop. And once again, we're playing on a newcomer to the map. We haven't talked about it before. We want to keep it a bit secret, but
so my understanding is Turbine is 100% confirmed for next season in both Prem and RGL or ETF2.
Without a doubt,
so that's happening for sure. And the thought process is test this map now. And if we see good results today and through other playtesting, this will also be introduced, likely replacing Upward. As Upward has been in the map pool for far too long, people are getting sick of it, obviously.
It's just too tired.
Yeah, I mean, everyone, you never want to queue into Upward on a Valve server. It's just boring. You have a bum time, and it's exciting to see new maps getting into the rotation. It looks like we have readied up, and we're going to go into the tiebreaker here. So welcome back. If you are just joining us now, this is a Europe versus South America show match that we are putting on to highlight the new maps that are entering and maybe entering the map pools at the highest level of play in both North America, Europe, and South America in this case. My name is Godfather. I've got Jake on the mic with me, Cora's behind the scenes, and we are on PL Embargo. Jake, what are you expecting to see here?
Well, I'm going to be interested in how Hopkins decides to play the engineer once again. This is going to be quite heavy on the engineer. Engineer is going to have to do a lot of work here to make this work, but also Mujet has been quite a menace for the European team, just proving to be an excellent sniper regardless of the ping. So he's definitely going to be a bit of a problem, and it's going to be hard to spot him in the thickness of this map. But we can see the helicopter, the amount of detail on this map. Hopkins, what kind of mapman are you to make this happen? That's crazy.
This is absurd.
Someone's had a kill streak and summoned a helicopter.
Are we on the proper config?
Please say yes.
I'm not sure. Capture time not yet set, so I think so. But also EU not yet getting onto the cart here. Ping has been the topic of many conversations tonight. We mentioned that Sonicro is going to... Ooh, interesting. Sonicro hopping onto Soldier for this. AC-130 taking over on Medic. We've had a roster swap around, switcheroo, if you will, on the South American side. So it's going to be low ping rockets for the South American side, and you might even see one catch a stray medic, but that is, of course, 1 in a million, Jake.
Yeah, it is going to be quite hard to get the medic out of the game, but Wada is holding down that little quarter with Ryan in tow, with most of the South American team set up on the high ground here. Good position off the sentry by Hopkins. I mean, he's got that advantage of knowing the map through and through here, and they're just wiping out everyone that's been pushing on the card. Now, Europe is trying to push in through the staircase here into the upper lobby, but Mujet's there with the Machina charged up. And he's not going to let this one go for free. Huge. He's getting the full charges of the Uber charge.
Right,
they need to take the sentry down. TS going to go down.
TS gets hunted down there by Menix on the scout. I was thinking a little bit more about the ping as this fight has continued to unfold. The Uber is now out for South America. It's going to be raining damage down onto the cart. Clark and Menix are both taken out by Unled. Sulek will kill the gun from Clark. Keep things a bit more stable here. So, from a ping perspective, if you will, the best ping is going to be the Soldier for South America, but then the majority of pings on Europe's side is going to be better than South America, so it's still a slight advantage. Both teams playing with some input lag. Both teams about even on their Uber, Jake, as Europe has decided to rotate around, pocketing Likey here. Oh, but it does not matter!
AC-130 down!
Oh, Likey hits the shot, and Mujet then returns fire. It's almost perfect for South America, but instead it all falls apart. Ryan picks up some more kills. Mezzo got 2 there, and wow, Europe starts to roll their way forward.
They're getting that advantage, they're getting the momentum going, and they have the Ubercharge in tow as well. AC-130 still hasn't started building his Ubercharge, which means Wada has that 100% in ready to go at any time. Now they're moving to the first point. It's going to be capped any second now, and it is 2 minutes 44 seconds. Not bad at all considering how much opposition the SA team has been putting up. Once again, they're taking out that top spot, but they're just getting slowly spammed out, and now Wada comes out with the Ubercharge, going into the slime here, going in and absolutely wrecking the house, taking down 5, 6, 7 people almost. Still fighting and working on Rage Quit, who's in a bit of a trouble there, but he's gonna survive. TS still alive, and Sonic Bro.
High ground. I love this. Oh, Listener, he's gonna try to fight TS. TS retreats, but will Crater. Mezzo got the last butter knife swing on him. Is EU pushing? Is EU dominating here? Is SA just not finding their footing? What's happening, Jake?
I think it's
right.
I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword here, because Europe has really kind of been a little bit better on those engagements. You know, they've lost the first round, of course, but it was also because they had a higher ping. But I think on those, like, 1-to-1 on an equal footing, Europe is just that tiny little bit more organized, which gives them the advantage here. I mean, you can see that Mezzo's going absolutely crazy, and Likey as well. It seems that Muja is not having a good time on this map. It's just too many tight corners here. They're moving into a little plaza. With the cart pushing, Uber's coming out too. Yeah, they're just cleaning out house, taking out Hopkins with his entire structure, and it's just keep rolling forward. They're not waiting at all. The tank's coming out. The tanks are coming out to help out, but it seems they're just gonna block off the pathway, and they're still staying alive. And it seems that a South American team, even with the help of the tanks that rolled into the street, are just not able to stop this.
With the huge stab on the cart. It might be enough now. South America has all their players but their spy. They need to stabilize here. Of all places, I mean, an engineer gun would be so great if you could put one up here. The demo holding the high ground is fantastic, but you need to be careful of this flank route. Mujet hits a nice shot for his 3rd kill onto Grip. I really like holding that angle as a sniper. The heavy is going to play the flank. TS should go up and hold that door, I think. You can't be giving up this ground. I've never played this map, casted this map in my life. I'm seeing this high ground as so valuable, Jake, and it feels like South America is too willingly giving up space. It almost feels like the first of oh, what's the Valve map? It's snowy Barn Blitz. It almost feels like the first point of Barn Blitz.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. I mean, this is going to be quite big, but they're going on below. They're just avoiding that high ground. They're avoiding the door. The Europeans, they don't want to fight this one. They're just going to go behind, and Ryan is the first one coming in, taking down Cabrini, and that's huge. No Devilman on the enemy side, and now the Uber's coming out. AC-130 still holding on to it. Is much better on the side of SA. Now they're able to push a lot of this damage back at the European team, and they're getting a bit slowed down here, but Huge is now on the car, slowly pushing it forward, taking down Zolak. Basically has to go down to stop it, and most of the team now from SA going down to the lower ground, which means now Europeans have free range on top, but Mujet is not going to let this one go for free, taking down Grip.
I think that South America had a miraculous stabilization here. Although they're giving up so much space because they're not protecting their flank. I thought they were in a good position, but then they didn't hold the space that they need to. One element of North American play that I want to highlight is how much space gets taken. They just were not protecting their space there for South America. Europe mimics North America, takes all that space, and everything has fallen apart for South America here. Their medic is dead. AC-130 was gunned down in cold blood. Rage Quit is going to get the counter pick onto Wada. And now entering a big open space, another chandelier akin to the turbine. Midpoint we saw reuse of that texture. I love it. What do you think of this point here?
I mean, it's once again, like, every single point should technically give a bit of an advantage to the defending team because of the height. But at the same time, there's a lot of side pathways that are provided for the attacking team to kind of like approach this differently every single time. If one push doesn't work, then, well, Europeans are going to try another route, see if that does. And now Huge is just kind of creating space for his team, fighting off the combo. TS, AC-130, and Sonic Crow are just kind of holding up the high ground. You have Unled on top of the chandelier, just kind of slowing down the offensive, and Europeans are just regrouping at a moment, trying to figure out which is the best way to go. And right now, Huge is taking down Zolak.
Look at all the smoke packs. What the? Grip just picked up like 4 large or medium health packs outside of a spawn door. Surely that was a visual bug, but at the same time, he got all of the health. I swear to God, I'll clip it. There were like 4 health packs on the ground. The Uber exchange is coming through. The heavy round in the corner is TS trying to pressure back the European side. The Ubers have favored for both teams now. It's an awkward position, but TS should have the heavy head glitch, and he does. He takes down Huge. Now Likey picks up a nice shot onto TS, but Mujet counter picks, gets the body shot. Likey is dead. RageQuit and Clark will both fall as well. Now we're seeing a bit of soldier innovation. Sonicro recognizes Battalion's backup is so freaking good. I can't emphasize enough how good that soldier secondary is in a team fight, in a post fight, literally all the time. 220 health and reduced incoming damage when you pop that banner. It is powerful. So exciting to see Sonicro running a utility item like that, Jake.
Absolutely. I also agree. I mean, the whitelists are unbanned, and that allows the teams to be a bit more creative with their loadouts. I think like both teams are kind of enslaved to the old meta, but they should improvise a bit more. I mean, the snipers have realized that straight away with picking out the Machinas.
Is backup banned in ETO
no.
as well?
Backup? I think it is, yeah.
Oh, I wonder if... I don't think it is in RGL. Here's the Uber exchange. It's heavy v heavy. We've seen that a lot here on Embargo as they just shoot at each other, hoping the other's Uber will fade. It does not! But Likey hits a nice shot onto Cabrina. There is no demo left for this defense. Solak will respawn on Pyro. RageQuit gets taken down as well. Unled and Mujet both pick up kills. That's Likey dead. No sniper for the attacking European offense. As my HUD is fully broken, but my understanding, this is just 3rd, correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Wow, my HUD is very broken. This is great. There's so much map. I love this map.
Yeah, but it seems like Europeans having a bit of a problem here pushing onto the 3rd point. I mean, South America is putting up a very convincing defense here. And there's just like, Europeans are running out of places to push through. There's realistically only 3 of them. So they have to pick one and they just kind of push with the force. They have the Uber charge, so they're going in, but the counter is ready by AC-130. And now they're just getting pushed back by the Pyro. TS is also right there with the head glitch. It's just kind of difficult to take down the heavy, but finally goes down. And it looks like it's slowly falling apart for the South Americans. I mean, Hopkins is fighting, but at least they're still alive with Wiethoofd in tow. And now AC-130 has to get away. There's nobody else to heal right now. Maybe just the demo Cabrina, but they have to get out, and Ryan's on the chase.
Yeah, I like the cart presence that Europe is going to get here. I'm looking at the Ubers. It's going to be even for this next fight. And I want to see Cabrina taking a little bit of space here, which they do, but their Pyro might get caught out. Here comes Grip, just WM1ing, and it's going to end with Sonico, Cabrina, and Zolak all going down. No, TS will fall as well. Huggy gets a huge kill, and all of these players falling. Europe is not pressing the cart, but they are pressing their attack. And out goes South America, retreating now, but Mezo is going to get the stab somehow onto Muja, and that is what Ping will do for you. As now Europe tries to push forward, the Uber's out for Europe. That Unled killed himself, but Ryan made what was potentially a hero's sacrifice, blocking, that entrance. And now the Uber is out for South America.
Yeah, they tried to block the score with the Uber charge, but they didn't get on point in time, and now the Uber is faded, and not much has been gained for it. Actually, they've lost 3 players here. Cabrina, Zolak, and Muja down for the count. And with 3 players less, it's going to be difficult for them to hold this one. Now they just need to wait here, Europeans, for the cart to start rolling on up. Yeah, there he goes, slowly getting lower down on the track, so it can be rolled down to the last point as we're slowly approaching the end of this round.
RageQuit is literally 1 health.
It's
always fun to point out when someone's literally 1 HP.
It's exactly what he needs to make the dream come true here, but Europeans are just pushing in.
Do it right now.
Just make the dream. Let me see him. Oh, he's waiting.
What he's actually doing is calling everything for his team, which is more valuable. He will decloak here, and he will go pick up a medium health kit, so up to 64 HP there is RageQuit. But good cart time for EU as they continue to press their offense. TS is going to round the corner here. It's big. Onto the demo. Can he get good damage? He is going to force the Uber. TS will die for it, but will the medic get out? AC-130 narrowly avoiding enough to get the kill. Now, Wada and the demo have both dropped to the center platform, but down goes Sonico and AC-130. It was the direct pipes from a Huggy that got him down, and here comes the cart. Someone's going to touch. It will be Zolak barely on lead. It's touching. Somehow they're holding. Cabrina will get the sticks out. Can they hold Menix and Wada walking forward? It's Spy, Demo, and Sniper. The Demo is dead. Spy. Oh, it's just the Spy. Here comes the Heavy. Can he not? He will. And the holding continues. Mezzo with 1 health in the corner. And out goes the medic. Wada, so weak right now, has to retreat. The Heavy will throw a sandwich, and somehow South America has held this point. The cart could not be closer to getting tapped.
Absolutely, and insane action over there. I mean, it was just barely holding on to the point here in South America, but they are able to stabilize here. There's still bleeding players left, right, and center, but the spawn is so close now. Uber charges coming out of the European players. They're trying to make the most out of it, and Huge and Menix are coming in, cleaning up the house, and his only rage quit alive is not going to be enough. Finally capping the point and blowing up the base, the El Jefe, as it's called officially in this map. Sala Jefe is gone down, and Europe has set the time of 13 minutes and 24 seconds for this first half. Now, it's going to be up to this.
Is that bad? Do we know?
Yes.
To which part?
Yes, sure. It is.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is one of the times of all time.
It's definitely one of the times. It's definitely one of the times of all time. So we're going to be looking at South America this time, pushing and seeing, and now that they're a bit more familiar with the map, and Europe as well. I'm just wondering how they decide to take this one. And I just have to say, that last push, just delaying that extra minute, South America may have been very crucial for them. But
that was
also,
so hype, though.
Yeah, man.
Hopefully
I don't know how you
y'all
enjoyed,
enjoyed, but I thought that was insane. To just be it's like blood sacrifice after blood sacrifice, and somehow holding. And it's a game of, people will say things like it's a game of inches. This is a game of seconds, and every second counts. And that's an extra minute held.
Exactly. And, well, we're slowly getting ready for the round to start here, and I just want to make an admission here that, remember those health packs that were stuck in the door? I believe that the waiters in the casino hold health packs, which you can grab.
Do they?
Yeah.
That's nuts! Oh, there were so many in one spot.
Yeah. But, yeah, the game has started here, Godfather, and this time around, South America is pushing the cart. I'm just going to look quickly at the setup by Clark here, putting that sentry gun quite aggressively. It's already gone down, so it needs to build it up once more, but the rest of the buildings survive. They just kind of have to bide their time until South America is pushing.
I was watching Clark not find a butler there. That was hilarious, as the Ubers are expended. Did I say Clark? What the fuck? Core. Couldn't find it. I know my players. Clark is one of them on the side of Europe as he tries to get his sentry gun set up. And the medic will go down. Who was it? It was Mujet who hits the body shot onto Wada.
That Machina is just such a menace, and Mujet with the Machina is even more so. Now South America is just very convincingly pushing through that first point, barely having a slowdown, barely having a slow bump from Europeans. So now Europe spawning quite quickly. They're gonna have to put up some kind of defense on the second point here, but again, I'm not sure who's gonna come out on top, as both teams are still learning. Of course, there's slight of an advantage. It's a bit of an advantage on the South American side with Hopkins knowing this map like the back of his hand, quite literally. He's got all the schematics in his room.
Meso decloak onto Mujet. Nice, easy stab. Although Mujet needs to turn up their volume in game. Menix and Ryan both go down here. Cabrina involved on both kills. As the first cap did come through. And can I just say, beautiful map. I love it.
I think we said it a few times, but yes, it's gorgeous. It's an excellent, very well detailed map. There's a lot of little charm to it, and how the cart changes shape and size. But the Ubers coming out on the EU just to try or the South America to try to delay the European defense, but it looks like it's just looking so convincing. Wada didn't even have to push. Rage Quit, however, taking down a heavy. That's big. but finally getting found out by the Pyro grip, and now holding onto that alleyway there. Wada with Likey, joined by Clark as well, who needs to build up his defenses once more. You know, the card is currently uncontested, and it doesn't look like South Americans are really interested in pushing it right now. They want to get rid of the opposition first. And
here's a fight unfolding. The Uber's going to come through for Europe. It's only 50% right now for South America. Zolak will go down. He has gone over to the Pyro class. I believe he was not on that to start. Here is the Soldier Bomb from Ryan. It does not happen. Do we know the complete roster shakeup for South America? Have you been able to process that in your brain? Because mine is not working.
I'm pretty sure that the only rule changes we have was AC-130 on was on Pyro before, now is on Medic, and then Sonic Crow switched with Zolak, a Soldier, and Pyro respectively. So Zolak was before on a Soldier, and now he's on Pyro. So there's been a bit of a mix-up. You know, they changed shirts, they changed positions like in football, and now they are playing a little bit differently. AC-130 popping the Uber charge, just trying to gain some ground in the plaza, but it seems that it didn't quite get as many enemies as they had hoped for. Wada's at 81%, but only has grip to help, and Manic's now joining him in the upper compartments there. But it looks like they're putting up an opposition by Hopkins. Hopkins gonna go down. Nicely played by Ryan. Uber is coming out, trying to clean house. Only getting good player.
So weak here. This rocket from Ryan is enough to get the kill. Wada will hold Banana here. Everybody knows the banana call out, of course.
So every map has one banana man, at least.
It's banana. That's officially banana.
You know what banana is. Easy.
Where the medic was is where banana is.
But it seems like the Europeans are able.
Beefs and stabbed.
Oh my god!
He got that. He gets the follow up. Like he is dead, but that's what ping makes you do. Nobody on cart for South America. The Uber is out as they try to approach cart for the first time. Scout Pyro is going to be absolutely piss poor. They do melt down Elisner, but a little more than that.
Yep, moving in
Where's
huge. Actually,
push?
Uber charges just coming out. Like, these Uber charges have been very asynchronous this entire plaza fight, but it's working out in Europe's favor. They're slowing down the South American defensive by quite a lot. They've already bled 5 minutes from the clock, and that's good enough. Now Mezzo is looking for a pickup. Low on HP is Mezzo, but he's looking for a stab. No, he's not gonna get it. Getting destroyed there by Sonic Crow. He's not gonna fall for his antics. Now Muja in a bit of a trouble here. Has to run away. And once again, it's just scrap fight after scrap fight. South Americans need to put up some kind of like unified offense here. And TS is opening up with a kill onto Lysianer. Down is Likey and Mezzo. They finally able to distract the team enough to get it. And a huge headshot there by Mujet onto Huge, taking down the demo. It's looking pretty good for them, but they've lost too many players.
Yeah, no medic alive for South America right now. It's going to be big ad for the Europe side as Cabrina and Zolak will get on to the cart here. And now I think this is the quote best point to holds, or best like spot to holds, and Europe is not even putting up a single defender here. South America, this exact spot had like a couple minutes defending there, and
we're looking at
Europe just steams right through.
We're looking at the waiter just delivering the health pack to the South American team, which is now being grabbed by the Soldier Sonic Crow. So yeah, the waiters are top service. They're actually very sacrificial.
Mezzo, big stab. Can you get more? Oh my god, everyone died. They got evaporated. Where did they go?
Just diabolical defense there. I mean, they had no one around. They lost Clark thanks to the sniper, and now they're just able to stabilize. It's been scrappy here or there, but they're able to stabilize this, and it's actually really good. Like, it lets them hold. And look at this teleporter as well. The teleporter is alive, but they're just waiting for it. They're not destroying it. They actually got Cabrina as well, straight fresh from the spawn. Didn't even manage to get off his sleepy eyes, basically, from the long rest, and he's already dead again. And now South America once again has to push in. Both Ubers about equal here, Godfather. And Clark setting up a defense.
At this. Europe has retaken the positioning, but the cart is already past where they are now holding, and Europe is making a good work out of it. Grip with the double reflex rocket kill. Down goes Sonic Crow. Your ping means nothing if you feed like a felon. And wow, so much momentum taken back.
Is absolutely immense. Like, we're seeing some hero plays here, and of course, like I said, this is not just a game for free. The winner gets 20,000 tons of gravel as a reward, and you can do a lot with gravel. I know that myself very well, as I live in a very rocky country. So gravel is literally the life and blood of the working class people here. But as we're looking here once again, Europeans putting up a very, very convincing hold. 5 minutes left on the clock for them. Uber's coming out from the red team here. They're trying to put up a defense. Counter pop coming out of the medic AC-130, looking to gun down Water. Water is in a lot of trouble right now. Unled is just loading out his gun on the medic. Medic finally gonna go down there, but it took so much time, and Uber's faded now. They just have to clean up. Cleanup is Ryan on the offensive now. Likey is scoping in. Nice headshot onto the Pyro. Looking for another. Gets it with the body.
Cart moving. Oh, not moving. Cart not moving, but the doors have closed behind it. If you're the South American side, you gotta force your way through and get onto this cart soon. They're gonna go through the right side here. Caprina, TS, and the medic AC-130. Now Commander Hopkins also gonna bring up a mini, but Caprina immediately taken down by Likey on a 5K here with the Machina, and continuing to be a dominant force. Picks up another one. It's a 6K with the death of TS.
Absolutely wrecking havoc on the enemy team, and it's just so hard to spot on this very kind of like confusing layout of the main floor. So once again, we're going down to a place that is kind of good for the defensive team. It's quite easy to hold. There's only realistically three places to push from. So they're just going to kind of hold this quite convincingly. I think so. Ragequit is behind the sniper right now, so Likey's going to have to deal with that here. TS is also taking out Ryan. Ragequit still waiting patiently. Oh no, I think he's been spotted here. Likey with a headshot there! 8 kills! Without a single death on the sniper, once again showing what the snipers can do. Uber's coming out, however, from the South American team here. Godfather cleaning up. Nothing in response. Water going down.
I need to highlight a player, and it's Mezzo. He is so good at playing his role. He's going to duel the medic here. 83 health. He'll pick up the kill onto AC-130 with the butter knife to finish him off. Mezzo is cloaked behind the South American side. He is swapping through, calling out exactly what people are running, as this is a much more expanded whitelist. If you haven't figured it out, it's all weapons allowed. And then as soon as the pop comes out, he is executing on his role, finding a pick, destroying a building, and then picking up the meta kill at the end. Mezzo is having a really good game. It's exactly what I expect to see from a player like him, though.
Mezzo is a very well-established name and a player in the European leagues as well, so he certainly knows what he can do, and he is making this map work in his favor as well. I mean, he is dismantling the enemy pushes quite well by himself, which just saves the European team a lot of time. There's only 2 minutes left on the clock for the South America to push this in. The dream is slowly floating away of taking down the base. Huge is pushing quite aggressively, pushing out the South American team from the offensive position, but Ubers are now ready, and looks like SA is rotating. It might go through the lower this time around, but Uber is ready on the other side as well. Mujet is going to look for an opening kill, and he gets it on the heavy. Now Uber's being exchanged. No one is really dying at the moment. Likey's getting a pickup there. Huge now,
Likey
looking for the medic. AC-130
down.
down once again. Now Medic's picking up the soldier on the flank as well, next to the tables. And then Grip with a cheeky little shot and dismantled this entire offensive. 1.5 minutes on the clock here, Godfather. I'm pretty sure we're going into the dead time now. I don't think it's physically possible for SA to actually push this one in.
Best of 3ing this, or are we?
I believe it is.
One and done. We'll figure out what teams are willing to do after this round ends. But there's 1.5 minutes to go. Both teams seem to be playing as if it is still possible, at least with the positioning. They're reapproaching from a different angle by the blue team. There's a couple of picks going both ways. Mujet and Ragequit both did go down. Oh, but Cabrina is going to go down to the heavy. This push might be folded before it even starts.
Pushing in is Ryan here. Good position here by Clark. I don't know what he's trying to do. He's trying to boost himself up maybe a little bit, but no, he's going to just follow his death. I mean, 30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Grip grabbing himself a little bit of health back, but I don't think killing the waiter was really necessary for it. Crow having a bit of a scuffle there on the side. But it's not going to really work out for them. 10 seconds left. The music is intensifying for both teams, but nah, there's not much that South America can really pull out. There are no aces left up in their sleeves. There's no more steam, no more fuel left in the tank. And that is going to be it for them. Europe clinches the first point here.
That'll do it, yeah. I mean, a really good hold at the end. I liked it. Really just stalled the South American offense.
Correct. I mean, the score's a little bit wrong here, but trust me when I say this, it's the Europe who's won. They had a better time on the offense in the first game, first round, and then South America, unfortunately, got stuck there a little bit too long on the third point, so it didn't quite work out for them. So it's looking so far pretty promising. I mean, with the ping disadvantage, I mean, on both teams, it just seems that Europe is having slightly better time playing on this map. They managed to figure it out a little bit quicker. They also had a pretty good offense there. I mean, it did take them 13 minutes, but it's pretty respectable. It's one of the times of all time, so it's definitely worked out in their favor. And South Americans had a very convincing push in the beginning, getting a bit stuck in the plaza area on the second point, and then the third point, they just basically could not find a way to break that defense coming out of the Europeans. Even with that long spawn path that the Europeans need to take, they just simply weren't dying enough. And that was just enough for the Europe to take this one home. Well, just trying to figure out what comes next here on the PL Embargo. Once again, huge shout out to Hopkins for making this extremely detailed map, and a lot of charm to it as well, with the waiters bringing you the health packs, with the tanks rolling onto plaza as you cap and move the cart far enough. The fact that helicopter spawns the cart in the first place. It doesn't come from nowhere. It doesn't just appear on the map. It just comes deliberately positioned there by a heli to just deliver to the casino base headquarters. It's just like a lot of charm to this, and I absolutely love it.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
It's gorgeous. Are you seeing the crits in hand for Europe?
That's interesting.
And they are keeping it in hand. There are traps set as the gates open. Ooh, the orb of energy does not connect. Trap's not quite seen yet. Oh, nice shot by Likey onto TS, but Likey will die for it. But the heavy nearly goes down on the other side of things. Here's the Spy getting a sap. It's only a level 2 gun, and the teleporter will also get sapped. This crits needs to be taken aggressively, no?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to kind of risk it. I mean, this one of those things with crits is that if you don't get it right, you don't really have a choice here. You have to run away. But with how condensed and how many pathways for the medic there are to go, it might actually work out. But the crits comes out. They're trying to lock out the enemy team, taking down 2 players. AC-130 goes down. Zolak does as well. That's 2, 3, 4 players down for the side of blue, and they lose the medic as well.
That's a 1 health. Wow, that's all you need. That's all you need in TF2. He's still 1 health. This is insane. He gets an arrow. Very nice, very nice. That's all you need. That's all you never forget that. But yeah, AC-130 dying super early in that fight. EU's going to gain this crits advantage very quickly. Mezzo looking for a stab onto the soldier. Does get on a crow. The low ping is not enough to keep you alive. Mezzo also now going to be calling this rotation as he decloaks. Looking for a stab maybe in the cart direction instead. It's 80% on the crits already for the defending Europeans. An arrow through the face of Mezzo has sustained him through this fight. Full crits in hand, and we'll see how this plays out. Here's the crits. Oh my God.
Absolutely coming out from the top rope there once again. It's huge, going absolutely mental, diabolical play there.
He doesn't get
with
the medic
crit
though.
streak. That medic is still alive, and now they're going to get Uber charged, but I don't think the Europeans are going to be too afraid of it. They have a very good hold, and they have successfully bled out a lot of the time thanks to that crits, but now Uber's coming out on Cabrina. Cabrina is trying to make the most out of it, but the Sentry is going to push them back, and so is the Pyra. Grip is doing amazing work there on the flank, trying to delay this Uber push as much as possible, and this is exactly what I said. I don't think they're too afraid of this. They can just delay it indefinitely, with the crit streak making more of an impact than the Uber would.
Yeah, pushing up directly through, I'll call that the elbow side, that, I don't know, hole in the wall entrance right
Trip.
into the defense. It just does not work out. I would have liked a flank play instead, kind of the direction they're taking now, but it's going to be full crits in hand. Zolak dies immediately. Huggy will take down Cabrina as well. Here comes Grip the Pyro to clean up more kills, and it is a 9-kill streak as AC-130 falls. The demo just searching for that 10th here in a moment, and EU looking to close things out here.
Yeah, it's one thing that often goes unmentioned here, but with prolonged games such as this one, you know, fatigue is going to start playing a huge role, and I feel like the South American team is slowly starting to fall apart here. They're not having much of an answer to this defense. I mean, they have taken out 5 players already, almost. With Wada, Clark, Elysian, and Grip only left alive. Rage Quit looking for the medic, but he gets the engineer in turned, and that's actually huge. This allows them to push in, destroy that sentry. Nice play by Mujet there, taking down the headshot on the heavy, and now Huge is in a lot of trouble all by himself with 40 HP in a dream. It might have to, just gonna get shut down.
Keeps sending off those shots. So South America gets more time after the cap here, yes?
Correct, yes.
Yes, yeah, because it is their first offense. I sometimes just forget random things, but yeah, here they come. Extending this time in a moment. Rage Quit pretty deep behind. We'll see if he's able to find any fun frags here as he decloaks.
Taking him some time, but he's not in a rush. Uber's coming out, but so is KritzKast. They're fighting in the apartments right now. Rage Quit! Waiting for an opportune moment, and he finds it right there on the staircase. Medic's trying to put some offense, some kind of pressure. Now Ryan goes behind and takes down the medic and this entire Uber, even though it was quite successful. It's just simply not enough, and KritzKast now is going to have a huge advantage. Mezzo calling on the sniper, taking down Mujet. Very nice, cheeky little strafe. Ryan going very aggressive on the soldier. Sonic in a lot of trouble. It's not going to be able to leave this one alive. Going to visit the respawn queue once again. And South Americans once again getting slowed down quite heavily by the Europeans. They are not letting this one go. They're fighting with everything they've got. They still have energy left, but South Americans are slowly running out of steam, it seems. And they need to kind of shake themselves off and keep it up. It's coming out though, taking down Mujet, but that's the only kill they've been able to get. Lose grip and turn.
Yeah, this EU crit's now going to be at a big dis-add. South America was 65% now. Commander Hopkins has opted to run the orb. What's it actually called?
Short circuit?
Short circuit, thank you. Couldn't remember the name because you never see it these days, but he's making good use of it out of it on offense, and I like seeing that innovation with this released whitelist.
Yeah. And it's working out quite well for them. I mean, it's soaking up a lot of the bullets coming their way, so that's our projectiles. So that's actually really good for them. But TS going with a flag, taking out 2 kills for him. He's looking for a third one. Heavy gets it as well, 58 HP, and he's still alive. Gonna enjoy himself a nice banana. Very thematical, very topical here. But like he's just going to equalize this with a nice body shot onto AC-130. There's a bit of a sniper battle now, but no medic is alive on the battlefield, and all people are just gonna have to fight each other. Ryan's gonna get taken down by Mujet, but like he still has that amazing sightline. Tanks are rolling out, and he's going to block the sightline away from him, and it's going to be a bit of a problem for him to go on and keep it up. And once again, Europe stabilizing. The heart has been pushed sufficiently, but it's still not sufficient enough. They're stuck in Plaza.
Likey picking up another big one. I love how dynamic this map becomes with the tanks showing up. This rotation by the defending Europeans would not be possible without those tanks pulling up. And now the sniper's going to start peeking aggressively. It is now stock Uber in hand for Europe. No more KritzKast. They have about 20% ad, and you know, getting ready to lock in for this hold. 4 minutes on the clock to get it done for South America.
Yeah, it's not a lot of time at all left, and with 4 minutes time on the first point is looking increasingly more dire for the South Americans, but I still think they can push this in. It's just looking a little bit scrappy, and by each passing minute it's looking scrappier. So it is just, they just need to stabilize and push it together as a unit. Now, there's a bit of a scuffle there in the apartments. There's a lot of players stationed there, especially for the European team. They don't want to lose this high ground, but they're going in together with the Uber charge, looking for some pickups. They taking down Cabrini, that's one. Sonicer is gonna blow himself up, and Unled gonna follow as well. AC-130, unfortunately, fortunately for him, survives, but is only 20% on that Uber charge. It's not gonna make much of a difference. Now, Rage Quit is going to make his way behind enemy lines and look for a pickup here, but Likey once again taking down Mujet. That's it's pretty good. It's pretty good for the Europeans so far.
Oh, TS! What a play! On the heavy side, takes down 3, and South America should be able to use this momentum and start rolling their way forward. The medic is done as well, but now EU, they come back and find 3 picks just like that.
I don't think it's going to be enough. It looks like the South Americans are actually stabilizing here. AC-130 doesn't have anyone to heal in the apartments. That's not very good. He needs to find someone quick, because Uber charge is just barely done. And Wada, only 15%. I think that might be it for them. They might be able to push this one in. Likey is putting up some defense there on the card, trying to take down Mujet, but Mujet does come out on top with no sniper in sight. They can push in freely. Uber's coming out onto Plaza, taking down the sentry emplacement. Clark is surviving barely, somehow hiding behind the box and surviving this entirely. Pyro was completely at a loss. Completely at a loss. Short circuits trying to protect Hopkins as much as possible, taking down the projectiles, but bullets do not get cancelled by it, and Maddox is using his shotgun. Finally, the timer goes down, and
that
with
engineer is stuck for sure. Clark cannot move.
Did save his life though, but he's stuck in the trash where he belongs. Sorry, wow. Clark, I love you, man.
That's that's a feature of this new map that, again, most likely will be seeing play in the top levels of European, North American, and South American Team Fortress 2 competition. We just watched Turbine get played. That will 100% be confirmed into the rotation for the next season of Prem and Invite Highlander. So very exciting to see that old map back, and now Embargo, a new map, trying to work its way into the map pool to replace Upward.
I'm excited for this, honestly. Like, I'm liking this map a lot. I think there's a lot of potential in it as well. Upward being a fairly straightforward, fairly, despite some hills and downs, it's fairly open area map. And this one is a little bit more on the side of congested crossroads and pathways that can be used by each team to kind of like move the fights wherever they feel like they have an advantage of winning. So now with South Americans on the back foot, only pushing this card just in beyond the first point, almost the second, and Europe has a lot of time to beat it. I mean, they realistically just have to get the first point really quick. No.
Yep. Clark just died to helicopter blades, I want to say. So he jumped into the stabilization blades of the helicopter, and that did kill him, which is incredible detail by the mapmaker. That's insane. We do have a disconnect from the South American Heavy. We'll see if a pause comes through, but it would have already. So unfortunate there, but they will play on.
We shall play on indeed. I think like both teams have exhausted the one allowed pause time for the format here that we're playing. So the Highlander Ultracup keeps going, but the South Americans are struggling a little bit here. They are losing players left, right, and center.
That's so huge, honestly.
Mezzo's just been absolutely popping off on this map. This is his playground. He's just like, it just seems and feels like South America just stepped into his sandbox, and he owns all the spades and buckets. But oh, that short circuit goes absolutely crazy from Clark there. They do lose the medic, and that's gonna slow them down a little bit more. I mean, they're holding, but AC-130 has to pop the overcharge.
Yeah, I mean, That's an unfortunate force for South America because it's going to be even, so it's fine if they build properly and whatnot. But holding Uber there would have been really, really crucial for South America. It's 2 minutes to push this 1 point, so EU has to make something happen if they want to get it done quickly. But otherwise, they should be fine for pushing the rest of this map.
Correct. I mean, they're going to get some extra time once they get it in. 2 minutes left on the clock for the first point. There's a bit of a scrap fight finally getting rejoined by Listener on the heavy, so they will be able to keep on going. There is, in the background, Sonic overhead, air shot there, taking down Huge, and there's also Collat coming out. So it's slowing down. I mean, SA is holding just fine. I think they're getting a bit more comfortable here, but we have to remember that all it takes is just one bad team fight. That the point is so close now that it could just be a fluke. And Uber's coming out from Wada onto Huge only, trying to save it as much as possible. Is AC-130 now. The counter pop comes in, trying to do a block off Huge. He's gonna get absolutely isolated from the medic, but Wada does survive, and now repushing is the medic with Grip, who's on the chase.
Play the cart,
and he gets a double reflect onto Karina and Zolak together with Mezzo taking down the medic. And this is exactly what I said. That all it takes is just one push, and now with 5-6 times on the cart, it's not looking too good here for SA. They don't have the respawns fast enough. Rage Quit is there, decloaking, looking for a pickup, maybe a hero play, but the point is so close. 30 seconds left on the clock. Can anyone jump on it? Can anyone get to it? No, they cannot.
GG's. I mean, let's take a step back and realize that was a very, very fun show match to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, congratulations are in turn for the Europeans for winning their 20,000 tons of gravel. That comes out roughly to 2,222 tons per player that they can take home and do whatever they please with it. So
yep. Big stuff for them.
But we have the logs up on the screen right now. You can kind of see how the second map has gone. And Huge, going as his own namesake says, really absolutely massive, huge damage. So is it
Huge or Huggy?
I think it's Huge, like huge.
Oh,
Huge.
Because we swap back and forth.
It's okay, man.
I said Huggy goes Huge at one point in the cast. I thought that was clever of me.
Very clever.
Thank you.
No one has ever thought of that.
No one's thought of that one before. It's a unique thought.
And then Mezzo, it's just as far as I remember, and I've been casting, Team Fortress 2 for a long time. Mezzo has kind of always been there. So seeing Mezzo going massive as well himself. 46 kills, a lot of damage, and you get a lot of damage when you backstab people, but he's got 28 backstabs as a spy. It's very, very respectable here. Rage Quit kind of falling off in the second map. Like the first map, he's been really popping off, and I think the second map confused him a little bit more, so he's got about half as many kills, but 20 backstabs as well himself. So it's been quite a bloodbath, really. It's just a lot of people just dying left, right, and center. It's just kind of hard to keep up with the action here, but we are getting joined here by Hopkins.
Yeah, we got Hopkins, we got Sonicro.
Hello.
How are you guys feeling? That was a fun match.
It was fun. It was a first experience for like European competitive for me.
And what do you think?
Oh man, I was completely lost especially on my own map. I never had that feeling that I was like, holy shit, I don't know how to play the game.
That's funny. We were highlighting how confident you were on your own maps. So Sonicro, one thing we were keeping tabs on was the ping. And you went from the worst ping on your team to the best ping on your team to the best ping on the server. And then you swapped classes when you did have the good ping. Was that because of ping that you went Soldier?
Yeah, I think it was. I'm playing from North America, and I had pretty bad ping in Brazil. Actually, that was the worst server for me. I got almost 180. And I was playing medic, and it's really hard to play medic with like 180, 200 milliseconds. I probably dropped like twice at the beginning of that first match just because I was timing my Ubers the way I usually time my Ubers, but with 200 ping, you just take the damage and you don't even see the damage. So I had to start using earlier for those first maps. But then on the last map, we were playing in West Virginia, which is a little bit closer to where I live. And then I was like, okay, let me go Soldier because I might be able to do a better job and help the team. At the end, that's not what happened. But yep.
It's okay. You put up a fight, and you were playing against basically what is considered to be the best soldier in Europe right now. So you shouldn't beat up yourself too much, Sonic Crow. You know, it's hard to play against Ryan, and I've seen Ryan play in sixes, and he's just an absolute beast. So you've been holding out on your own, man.
Yeah, I've been trying this. I mean, again, I was invited to this fun match kind of by Mujet, one of our current active Highlander players. And for reference, I haven't played competitive since 2020. So I am just a casual player at this point. This is my first Highlander match in like 5 years, and I was welcomed with like the best players in Europe. So that was tough. But yeah, it was a good match.
Right, and how do you feel, Hopkins? I mean, you know, playing on your maps, how did they play out? What do you think? How did it go for you? Did the maps and the game go exactly as you had hoped it would?
Totally chaos? Yes. It was totally chaos. I was never expecting like a level 3 sentry in like too much forward by the blue team, especially on the second match. I was impressed by seeing Clark basically like putting the sentry like in the face of the door.
It's what you need. But yeah, like what was the inspiration for the map anyway? I mean, I can clearly see this is like a casino and a bit of a layout here with the city leading up to it. But like, what inspired you to make this?
So Embargo was especially inspired by Evil Genius games. I was talking with some friends that work on Rebellion, and they showed me all the entire concepts, everything they could have done for that game, and also like some friends also have worked on similar games like Overwatch, Counter-Strike, in some parts. And then I was like, okay, we have too much of the same style of maps, of like Team Fortress normal maps in America. Why don't we try to reuse the Cold War aesthetic? So instead of bringing like Russia as the main villain, I decided to bring Cuba, since like Cuba it's more like funny to play around. So this was like one of my main inspirations from it, was Evil Genius and like other friends that work on similar games.
I did want to thank both of you for creating these maps. They are absolutely wonderful. Excited to see them be played more in the future. If either of you have any shoutouts, now is your time.
I have a shout out to Mujet. Thanks for having the patience for, you know, dealing with setting up the team and helping me setting up everything for this event.
Yep. Also shout out. Thanks for reminding me and inviting me to this match. Again, haven't played in forever, and it was kind of nice that I was invited to this. I was super excited to be able to use my service as well in 3 different continents in the same match, so that was also fun.
Once again, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone watching this. Hope you enjoyed it. My name is Jake, casting together with Godfather in the booth, and we'll see you guys in the next one.